on I'm Not Judging, but today,
when this came up as a subject that we were going to talk about, I personally messaged you guys because I was like, this makes me nervous to talk about.
being told that Geri Halliwell was fat.
Oh my
And
gosh.
what the chuff, that all went in.
I feel like this might be even more controversial than the last convo we just had.
Twinkle, that's what I used to call my downstairs area when I was a kid. What is Twinkle?
Definitely not.
Nobody's plugging into that for their homework. I feel like our generation is like the fixers.
The change.
I hope so. Yeah, aren't we just, though, solving all the world's problems? Eat the rich! I feel like we veered off course. What is going on here today? Hello and welcome to I'm Not Judging, but the podcast where we, three mums of school-aged kids, dive into the hilarious, chaotic, and sometimes questionable world of modern parenting. I'm Briony May Williams.
And I'm Charlie Fuge.
And I'm Vix Wilshire.
Ladies, how are you, my gorgeous girls?
Oh, so good to be back.
Isn't it?
Welcome back. We survived half term.
Woohoo!
Yeah.
I've done some laundry.
Oh, well done, mate.
I've run an errand today.
Oh my
Literally
gosh.
nailed it.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I've got my Christmas jumper on. Ready?
Oh my God, I love
Oh
it.
my goodness, you've not.
Yes.
Oh dear. Oh dear.
Guys.
No, we are
No.
heading in to Novembermas. Now, come on. The spirit is a-coming.
Did anything funny happen in half term that you need to tell our circle of trust?
Go on, Charlotte.
We have a dining table that you can extend, and I bought off Amazon for like a couple of quid this ping pong net.
Oh.
Yes. So we turned it into a ping pong table. And
Love
it has been the
this.
gift that keeps on giving. Honestly, a couple of quid off Amazon. And
That's amazing.
We've literally been living our best lives.
What
So
a great
not
idea.
funny, ha,
But fun.
might also help for Christmas present.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love
Top
that.
present. Top gift.
Yeah.
What about you, Bri?
Do you know what? It was pretty chill. It was my birthday, so that was nice. Had just a day with the fam, which was really lovely. Then Nora and I went swimming, and they'd obviously forgotten that it was half term. So we went into the swimming pool, and it was full. And by full, I mean there was probably about 60 pensioners doing aquafit, right? And then there was also like 30 parents and their kids going, where are we meant to go in the pool? Because there's no space for us to go. And then there was a full-on Barney about pool space. It was pensioners v parents.
Oh my
right?
God. It's like a scene from Cocoon.
It was a whole lot of drama for 45 minutes. But basically, I loved every second of it. But what I would say is, come on, peeps, it's half term. You need to make some, it's only 1 week out of however many. Just let the kids have them, their time in the pool.
Exactly.
Yes.
But it was funny.
We went away in the summer holes, and we went to this lovely hotel that had a pool outside and inside.
Nice.
And in Bournemouth.
Someone's doing well.
Well, this was...
Treat yourself.
treat yourself. We went in the outdoor pool early in the morning, and Megan was practicing her swimming. She's doing really, really well, but front crawl was like a lot of splashing. Okay.
Sure.
And there was this lady that, of an older lady, and she had like her hair, where they swim and they don't want to get their hair
Yeah,
wet.
they don't go into the water. Yeah,
so they're in the pool,
Yeah.
but they're very much not embracing the wholeness.
Not in the pool.
Yeah. And she was doing her lengths, and then she told Megan off.
Why?
Oh, I know, controversial, right? She was wanting to do her lane swimming and not get wet, and because of the splashing, she then told Megan off and was like, "Don't splash me."
You're in a swimming pool.
You're gonna get wet.
Summer holidays.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
why
summer holidays.
Are you? That's the only time we can travel. Okay, we got 6 weeks. Okay, everybody that doesn't have a kid,
Yeah,
go
outside of that.
Yeah.
time. No.
Yes.
Anyway, I politely said, the indoor pool is adults only.
Nice.
And
Off
she
you
then
go.
yelled at me.
Did she?
Did. And I was like,
What did you do?
Actually, I just said to Megan, just carry on swimming, love.
Yeah.
You're not doing anything
Just
wrong.
ignore
You're in
her.
the swimming pool. You
Oh.
can,
Yeah.
swim. This mum beside me was like, you did a really good job there. She was out of order. And I was like,
Oh.
I've
Yes.
never loved you more. Like this
Oh my
complete stranger.
gosh.
I know. I could have hugged her.
I love that.
You should have.
Mums unite. What about you, Vix? Anything going on in half term we need to know about?
Well, I had an absolutely lovely half term. It was really, really lovely, but it ended with a bang, literally. Me.
Oh no. Oh no.
I came out of my brother's from after a lovely spag bowl, came out, tripped on his paving and just went down like a sack of shit and got a real childlike baddie on my knee and twisted my ankle.
Oh,
so I got sore.
Elevate the ankle. Elevate
That's
it.
what I'm doing. The petit pois were on the ankle last night.
Oh, someone's doing well.
There's a theme here. I don't know where they came from. They've been in there for ages.
For all them ankle injuries.
Yeah, that's what it is. That's what it is. Now, over half term, we ran our very first competition on Instagram to win an amazing luxury coffee machine from Cuisinart worth 450 quid, guys.
Wow.
I mean,
amazing.
Yeah,
amazing.
I love Cuisinart. So we're going to be announcing the winner at the end of today's podcast. So make sure you keep listening if you entered.
Good luck, everyone.
Good luck, guys. Good luck.
Good luck, good luck, good luck. As you know, every week we like to discuss something that made us stop and go, wait, what? Has anyone overheard or seen anything wild over half term? I'm assuming not on the playground. Why were you in school?
Yes. So, overheard and how to. So, my friend has got 2 boys. And they're aged around 8 or 9.
Okay.
So they were like having a chat with their friends. They were kind of talking about what they were going to do in half term. One of the boys said, I'm going to go see Gabby's Dollhouse movie. And the other boy was like, isn't that a girl's movie? And and the boy was like, oh yeah, and kind of shrugged it off.
Aww.
And I overheard it all, and it kind of made me think, when does that happen? You know, when's it a girl's movie? When's it a boy's movie? Does that sort of filter into clothing or like sports and stuff like that? Do you know what I mean? Like, is that still around?
Oh my gosh,
ladies.
I think it still is, isn't it? But I think it's really, it's really important to try and squash that a little bit, you know, and just, I think when we all started having kids, it was very, the people that I was hanging about with were very kind of against, like, what do you call it, gender stereotypes.
Yeah.
So I kind of got on board with that and constantly say, you can do anything, you can watch anything, you can wear anything, be whoever you want to be and watch whatever you want to watch. But yeah, I'd say it's definitely still a struggle for some.
Oh
Absolutely.
yeah, for sure. Well, I think we've all got girls, haven't we? So I've always said to Nora, like, same as you, Vix, like if you want to play football, if you want to buy some lorries, I don't know what boys do.
We so don't know what boys do we?
We don't know what boys do.
Buy a lorry.
Buy a lorry. That was just the weirdest thing in the world, sorry. I meant like a toy lorry, not like an actual lorry.
God.
It's so tricky, isn't it? But I would say when mine have been playing netball for their school, they have been playing other schools in the competitions. And there's been boys in the netball teams.
Oh, that's
Love that.
great.
Love that.
Love that. Love that.
They're also amazing as
I'll
well.
bet.
They're really, really good. And then my eldest plays football. So,
Lush.
you know, I do think that, like, it's not the same as when we were growing up. I do think there's definitely changes made. Yeah.
Yes.
I completely agree. I think we have moved on a long way since we were kids. And I think it's more sort of socially acceptable for things like that. But I still think there's so much of that kind of ingrained, boys have got to play with lorries.
Boys play with cars and girls play with dolls.
And being a bit more rough and tough.
Yes.
And like girls play with dolls and, you know, all that kind of stuff. And I think that's, you know, I've always been to know it. You can play with pretty much what you want. If you want, you know, we don't go to the girls section in the toy shop.
Yeah.
We just go and whatever she loves playing Minecraft.
Absolutely.
You know, she loves playing computer games, which was traditionally considered quite a boyish thing to do.
Yeah.
But I just think, I just want the child to be happy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if that means they go and watch Gabby's Dollhouse, great. But I suppose it's also sort of arming your child with the tools to then turn back round to that person and say, yeah, but it's just a film.
Yeah,
exactly. Oh,
Exactly
yes,
that.
the comebacks.
Also, so what? I want to go watch it.
Or, it might be good. I'll let you know.
Yeah, might be quite good actually. Yeah, exactly. So it's kind of bringing those tools
It wasn't.
back to...
Did the kids not like it either?
No, the kids loved it. I was like,
Oh, Vicky,
oh,
not so much.
It was poor. It was poor. There was only like 2 innuendos, so, you know.
Oh, what? They've got to have something in there for the kids.
Yeah.
Not for the
For the
kids.
grown-ups.
Not for the kids. For the grown-ups. Oh, God, brain.
Like Bluey.
Yeah.
I love Bluey for that.
Yes.
Oh, I
So many
chuffing love
lessons in there
Bluey.
for the grown-ups. as
So
well as the
many.
kids.
Yes.
Life lessons. So, yeah, in my head, I think as long as they're safe and happy,
Yeah.
who cares?
Agree.
I'm not
Definitely.
judging, but let your kid be who they are.
Yeah.
100%.
What would you have told your child to say to that if they were in a similar situation?
To be confident in your decision.
Yeah.
So if you want to go and do something, if you want to wear, I don't know, pink and you're a boy, or you want to play with Thomas the Tank Engine or whatever, just be confident in the decisions that you're making.
Yeah.
Right, so moving on to In the News. Each week, we check out the biggest stories affecting parents, from school uniform crackdowns to the viral debate about whether Peppa Pig is a bad influence. I don't know if she's a bad influence, she's really bloody annoying.
Irritating.
So this week, we're going to talk about Mum Jaro, we're going to name it, because it feels like every mum friendship group at the minute has someone who either is taking Mount Jaro or is talking about taking it. And I'm sure there are dads out there taking it too. But these are the conversations that we're hearing at the minute. So I'm just going to explain what Mount Jaro is for anybody who doesn't know. It's the brand name for tirzepatide, a drug that lowers blood sugar levels and is used to treat type 2 diabetes and chronic weight management. It works by activating 2 receptors called GLP-1 and GIP to increase the level of hormones in the body. It's administered as an injection. It works by mimicking 2 natural gut hormones which help control appetite and regulate blood sugar. So the headline I saw reads, "The Mounjaro mums are out of control. First it was for weight loss, then it silenced booze cravings. Now there's another miracle benefit they won't shut up about, but will it end in disaster?" So mums have reported the miracle benefit as improving their mental health. On Mumsnet, they're calling it a mental miracle, reducing symptoms of ADHD, anxiety, and depression. Note, this is not scientifically proven. Now, I think this can be quite a contentious subject. I think people have different opinions on this. I personally, I'm not judging, but I absolutely would take this. As someone who's struggled with weight their whole life, and, you know, I first went to Weight Watchers when I was 14, and I, you know, struggled to lose weight, especially now as I'm a bit older. So for me, seeing something like this, if this had been around 10 years ago, I'd have been like, sign me up, jab me right now. But I think some people are a little bit nervous about it. So let's open it up in our circle of trust.
Yes.
Do you know anyone who's tried it? Obviously, we'll keep everyone confidential. We don't want to talk about anyone with, you know, without their consent. I've heard rumblings of it. I also follow people on social media who are quite open about taking it. Jonathan Van Ness, for example, they have just lost 70 pounds.
Wow.
Partly using the jabs. And a lot of people would say, oh, well, they didn't need to lose weight in the first place. But again, it's their personal journey and they're really happy about it. So yeah, what do you think, Charles?
So when this came up as a subject that we were going to talk about, I personally messaged you guys because I was like, this makes me nervous to talk about. Because I would not want to upset any of our listeners or anyone, because I just don't think that anyone should tell you what to do or how to live your life. So anything that I say in this episode, I just want you to know is not coming from any place of judgment whatsoever, because I think that of ladies of our age, 40 plus, you know, weight loss, hormonal changes, perimenopause, all of those things, I've just noticed since turning 40, the changes in my mental health, my physical body, all of that.
Yeah, definitely.
So that is how I feel about the subject. But would I take it? No, I wouldn't. And the reason for me is because I'm afraid, straight out afraid of the short-term and long-term effects. For me, I am personally taking a PT course at the minute, which is a personal training course. You know, like with COVID times when we were all in lockdown and stuff like that, I was at my biggest after that. So I came out of lockdown, we survived it all, and I'd eaten my feelings. I literally was like, the biggest I'd ever been, right? And I just thought, I need to sort my shit out. So I did get a personal trainer who, shout out to Polly, she totally changed my life.
Aww.
And I lost weight, I got fitter, I was physically more able, I made better choices about what I was eating. And that for me was more important. So my lifestyle change, also longevity. So I want to be able to tie my shoelaces and bend down when I'm 90. I want to be able to swing around and pick up my kids, and I want to run and play with them without being out of breath. So that to me is like my focus, I guess. And the jabs are expensive, right? So if you're doing it and I could afford to do that, right, I would spend that pool of money on a PT or on different foods and doing that, because what my fear would be is that you would do the jab, lose the weight, not be fitter or healthier, but you lost weight, and then you still won't be able to bend down and tie your shoelaces at 97. I mean, I don't know, because there's so many different things that we could talk about here, but that is
I was going to say that it's just there's so many layers of this.
So many layers.
Yeah.
And the bit that you just brought up about being able to afford, you've been able to afford a PT, and you've been able to, get fit and make good choices about food. And it's one of the things as well that I find now that it's got doubled in price, I think. It's not as readily available on the NHS.
Manjaro, you mean?
Yeah. So it's not, I think there's more rules about getting it now on the NHS, and it's gone up in price privately. And I feel like, again, it's the people in maybe a poorish socioeconomic place that probably don't have the time or the money. They're working probably 3 jobs, can only afford the cheaper foods from cheaper places. And again, it's like those people would probably benefit from something like Manjaro, and it's just being priced out for people like that. And there's just so many things we could talk about this. I think Manjaro is an amazing drug and has saved lives and will continue to save lives and make a difference to people. But I just don't know whether in this climate it being used so freely and for now only certain kind of demographics, whether it's the best thing. And like you say, what do it's not changing the way you view food and view yourself. It does, I suppose, for the short term. And I know, like you said, I've always struggled with my weight, and that feeling of when you've lost your weight and you like have that buzz of feeling like kind of, oh yeah, I look great. And then it slowly creeps on, and, it's that up and down, and like the way that we all kind of feel about weight and being thin. And at the moment, skinny's back, and that frightens the life out of me, having
that
2
scares
girls.
Me also. Yeah, definitely having girls.
I think one of the things that really scares me about this is the black market side of things.
Yeah.
So because I think, if you're going through your GP or you're going through, a reputable person who's selling it, like you say that, I mean, it's not cheap. Like it's really, really, hundreds and hundreds of pounds a month. And you're, like you say, these people are being priced out, so it almost becomes like a middle class problem because because they're the ones that can afford it. Yeah. But then you can go, black market, and there are people who are getting injections. Yeah, it's it's been on the news, which I think is even scarier. Yeah. Because that's where it gets really dangerous and people putting their lives at risk. Yeah. So I think it, like you say, there's so many layers to this, and I think as someone who has struggled with the weight, and I'm the same, Vix, yo-yoing my whole life, lose weight, put on weight, lose weight, put on weight. It's given to people and shown to people. You inject yourself and you lose weight, and that is literally what happens. It's, but also something that it does, having looked into it, is it quietens the food noise. Yes. Do you know what I mean by that? So so for me, I'm constantly thinking about food. So I'm always thinking everything I eat or put in my mouth, I'm constantly thinking, oh, is that going to make me feel bloated? Is that going to make me put on weight? I'm really hungry now. I'm really hungry. Okay, I'm going to wait half an hour before I have something to eat because then that'll be another half an hour. So that'll be slightly, less calories in the day. And it's just a constant noise of food all day, every day. And it's very, very loud. And from what people have said, and I don't know how, maybe this is linked in with that mental health thing we were talking about, that Manjaro helps quieten that noise. Like, that sounds amazing, just to have that voice just go zoop and quieten down. Like, I'd be able to get so much more stuff done.
I know, but then for me as well, it's like, why is that voice there? And this is the thing, there's not enough, there's not enough funding. There's all this, like, obviously Big Pharma are going to make a load of money out of Manjaro and things like that.
Is it a short-term gain?
Yeah, why are we not, again, God, this could like explode into a massive conversation about society, but like if there was more money, if there was more money put into mental health provision and talking therapy and actually looking after our well-being and not just saying that they're trying to look after our well-being, then maybe you'd have the time and the space to kind of get to grips with why you're having those feelings surrounding food, and
100%.
And that's what worries me about these things. I'm not saying for a minute it's a terrible drug, and like you said, Charlotte, I'm not judging. Everyone should be able to make their own decisions. Absolutely. But I just, you're making decisions throughout being fully informed, I think, in some cases, and asking yourself the right questions, because nobody's got time. We're all working so hard and trying to juggle so much, whilst also being told you've got to be thin, you've got to look after yourself. Bloody hell, if I took all of the supplements that I was supposed to be taking, plus jabbing myself, well, the kids wouldn't be eating. I'm telling you, nobody'd be eating in this house. It's just like, it's so much pressure.
Yeah, a lot of pressure. I do think that there's a place for having this. I do, because I think that it's great for, like, the NHS, it'll take the strain off of them for people that need surgery. Yes. If you're looking at something like that, this instead of surgery, great. But at the same time, like you were saying, both of you have said, is it being used for that purpose? Not in every case, no.
No. And like for people living with obesity, and really severe obesity, this could be the game changer that they need to help them improve their lives. But again, it should be going through your doctor, speaking to, a medical professional, making sure you're doing it properly, because it is still a drug at the end of the day. And it's one of those drugs we still don't know what the long-term effects are going to be. Yeah. On
that's what scares me.
To lose weight. It's the same, it's that kind of like, it's the same with any sort of drug being used for a new purpose, especially. We don't know. So I just, for my main hope is that people are safe. And like you say, I genuinely agree, Vix, that like there's a much deeper reason that needs to be solved and helped and soothed that would then,
help
filter
our
up,
children.
I think.
Yeah. You know what I mean? Because that's, personal choice aside, do I want the kids thinking, oh, if I need to lose weight, this is what my future would look like?
Yeah.
No. In all honesty, no. I want them to have a healthy relationship with food and fitness.
Yeah.
That's what it boils down to for me.
Absolutely.
And like you were saying, Vic, in order to do that, you need to have the mental strength for that, so that what you were saying, Bri, with the food noise.
Yeah.
That isn't going to be an issue, hopefully, for the next generation,
Yeah. It all links back around. Yeah. And I agree. Like, I don't talk about my weight or anything like that in front of Nora. Like, she's never heard me say, I feel fat. She's never heard me say, I want to lose weight. I never talk about it in front of her. And I always am body positive when I'm in front of her. I'm like, oh, or like once she was like poking me and like poking my stomach or something. She's like, you got a big tummy. I'm like, yeah, and you've got to try, even though in your head I'm like, oh God. Outwardly, I'm like, yeah, I do. It's that kind of like, because I want
this
her
is
to
where
see
you
it
lived. That's what I used to say. This is where you came from. This house, my babies.
Proud.
Like,
exactly. And that's all I want her to see. Yeah.
And also, everyone's different shapes.
Yeah, exactly that. And so basically, I want to kind of sort of break that cycle. And I want her to grow up just enjoying food and seeing food as something that is for your body, nutrients for your body, and enjoying it.
Yes.
And there's no good or bad food. it's about enjoying food and everything in moderation. So that's
Yeah.
kind of what I'm trying to do. So in my head, I'm like, I'm probably a bit of a was it old dogs and new tricks? Our girls and the next generation, we can at least try and impart that kind of that gentleness
cycle.
towards
Yeah, I
yourself.
feel like our generation is like the fixers.
The change.
I hope so. Yeah, aren't we just though?
Yeah,
Solving
I
all the
do.
world's
I think
problems.
there's just so much from like previous generations that now we're trying to educate our children and trying to eradicate some of those values
90s
that
things.
were just not good, that we've
absolutely
suffered with, and we definitely don't want our kids to suffer with.
That Victoria Beckham documentary?
Oh, I haven't watched it yet.
Oh my gosh,
I watched
love
it,
her.
yeah.
Oh, I'm going to watch
I
it.
love her.
Me
love
too,
her,
me
love
too.
her.
I love her.
Yeah.
And I mean, obviously the generation of the Spice Girls, so how can you not? But when she was talking about how, she got weighed like a week after giving birth
Oh my
on the
god.
Chris Evans show.
Yeah, that was horrendous.
Don't
Like
makes
the
me wanna
actual, and they did the
cry.
same for Geri Halliwell as well. And I was just like, because when this came up, this whole subject about weight and all of that, and I thought immediately of that because I remember, like, that was just so normal. And like when you watch 90s movies now with our girls, because they're the best ones, you're watching them and you're like, love it. But everything's like, how
my
many
God,
calories
yeah.
are in a Tic Tac?
Yeah.
All of that. And I'm like, oh God. But we were oblivious.
Yeah,
It was
we just thought it was
normal.
that was
normal.
all. It was all going in. It's all in there. All of that being told that Geri Halliwell was fat.
Oh my
I
gosh.
know.
Yeah.
Bridget Jones was fat.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? What the chuff? That all went in, and it's still in there.
It's
and
still
we are
in there. I
trying
had
to
to fight.
It's still in there. Yeah, it's a constant
All the
battle, and I
time.
think we're battling against that, our generation, and probably the previous generation as well. So I just hope,
definitely.
Yeah.
I hope we can heal in time for the next generation, look after our girls. Well, I think all we can do is parents, as much as we can, is love our children, make sure that they know that we love them for who they are.
Positive
And
body
tax the
vibes.
rich and make food more affordable for everyone.
Yeah.
Let's banish billionaires and
Banish billionaires.
Let's share their wealth.
Eat the rich.
I feel like we veered off course. Thank you, girls. I know that's not an easy subject to talk about, and I think it's important that we talk about it. And I think it's important that we have different views, because we've all, lived different lives and lived different experiences. So of course we're gonna have different opinions about it. And I think I love how respectfully we listen to each other and talk to each other and hear each other's views. And I just want you to know that I love you girls very much, and I'm glad that we can talk about this
Love you.
in such an
Love you,
open
ladies.
context. And
you.
I'm not judging, but we're great.
And we're all fabulous.
We're all fabulous. I need to read the disclaimer now so that we don't get sued. Mounjaro tirzepatide is officially approved for managing type 2 diabetes and weight loss, not for treating mental health conditions like ADHD. Using a powerful drug for unapproved conditions without medical supervision is dangerous and could lead to serious complications. Please always consult a medical professional. Don't forget, we will be announcing the results for our half-term competition very soon. Someone has won the amazing £450 Cuisinart coffee machine.
Gorgeous.
The lucky winner will be announced at the end of the pod. Right, it's time for Between You and Me, where listeners get real, share their dramas, and vent their frustrations. You know the drill, ladies. This is our chance to jump in with our unqualified advice and do our best to help. So this week we've had an email from Christine in Hereford. It reads, "Hi ladies, my question is about homework." Oh, big sigh. My daughter hates doing homework and runs in the other direction when I bring it up. She's coming to the end of primary school and I'm very nervous about how she's going to cope at secondary school, where I can only imagine her homework will increase. But my question to you all is, how much homework do you think our kids should be doing? Are they doing too much? I'm missing out on being kids. It's a lot to fit in. Do you think homework should be scrapped? It would definitely make my life a lot easier. Can't wait to hear what you think. Thanks, Christine. Oh, that's a big one, Christine.
I feel like this might be even more controversial than the last combo we just had.
Wow, guys.
School systems! No.
School systems,
yes. We do.
Tear them apart!
Honestly, guys, I feel like this should be like our parliament audition.
Yeah, I think it should.
We're running for office.
Okay, I'm going to jump in with this one, having been a
Go on.
teacher. So, granted, I wasn't a primary school teacher. Now, I do think that homework is important, but only if it backs up and expands on what they've learnt in the lesson, in the class. Okay, giving kids random homework that does absolutely nothing to build on what they're doing is completely pointless. I don't like kids having homework in primary school.
No.
I'm going to say it. I don't like it. I think it's too much for them. They're very little. Did we have homework in primary school?
Not that I remember.
We didn't, did we?
We went to the same, didn't we? Primary. Like maybe reading.
Yeah,
Or
reading and like little
That's
projects. Yeah, maybe spellings. But Nora will sit down and have a solid 35, 40 minutes of homework.
Really?
And I'm like, she's 10?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And I think for secondary school, yes, I think homework's important. I genuinely think, especially as there's a lot going on in secondary school, it's a really busy day. So to come home and have to kind of, reinforce what you've learned in the day is important, if that's what the homework is doing. Primary school, in my opinion, just let the kids go home and chill out, relax, have an evening.
100%.
But that might be controversial. What do you think?
No, I completely agree. I do. I think when they get to maybe year 6 and they've got to do a little bit of revision or whatever, it gets them kind of prepared for what's coming. But I think it should just be kept to the minimum. And I'm really lucky with Prim School. We don't have homework. They've got spellings and they've got reading, but nothing else. And to be honest, I'm not going to put loads of pressure on her. If they're not learning it at that age in school, like you said, Bri, they need to come home and just be kids. There's too much pressure on them already at school. They don't need it at home.
I feel like there's layers to this one as well. So
peel the onion, peel it.
So there is homework for Megan, who's at primary school, most definitely lots of homework. But I feel like it depends on the kid. So if your child is doing really well and is neurotypical in that way where they can manage a mainstream school, great. There also might be a child that maybe isn't neurotypical, and actually having some time at home to go through things where maybe a class of 29 kids is gone over their head might be something that you would focus more on because you don't want them to get left behind.
Yes.
And having a homework sheet means that you're not just having to sign up to Twinkle and plug it from somewhere else, but you can follow with your kid. And
Twinkle? That's what I used to call my downstairs area.
What is Twinkle? It's definitely not.
Nobody's plugging into that for their homework.
What kind of education are you giving, Nora?
What is going on here today? Sorry, Charles.
Twinkle got me through COVID times, okay? Because it was the online thing where you can get it's like a resource thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I remember.
So, if your school is giving you a homework sheet that you can follow with your child, then you can see maybe where there's gaps in their learning, which might be helpful. But obviously, do I think that actually playing and doing all of those things is the priority? Yes. Yeah, I do. Absolutely. Year 6, they're going to be doing their SATs. But when you get to secondary school, you also kind of need to have been doing something, because otherwise it will be a big jump.
Yeah.
It depends on the child, doesn't it, as well, of how much you need to do or how little that you would need to do, and kind of be led by that, I guess. Yeah. But specifically for this email, when you're finding it such a stress, the child's not going to learn anything anyway. I really found that out with my youngest. So the more I'm like, read this line, read it, read this page, or just do a word, just a letter. What does that letter say? Honestly, she learned nothing, and I learned how to get some sort of mental health situation. I honestly was no good for any one of us. So if it's like that, back away, leave it alone. It isn't worth the hassle. They're not going to learn anything, and you're going to have a heart attack. Don't do it.
Yeah.
But tell the teacher and say, where's the gaps in my kids' learning? How can I help her or him? when he would rather do anything else but that.
Great advice.
As always,
Charlie, Charlotte, great
Charlie
advice.
for the win. Charlie for the win.
Oh, God.
I agree. I think that's amazing advice. And I think a lot of it should come back round to the school and the teacher. So, you know, if the child doesn't want to do their homework, can't do their homework, you know, is point blank refusing to do their homework, contact the school, speak to the teacher who's setting it, speak to whoever you need to speak to, the head of year, whatever, depending on what age the child is, and work together with the school if you can. But like you say, child, if a child is stressed and they're running away, they are not going to learn anything. That is just not how it's going to be. I mean, for me, as a former teacher, if I was in that situation and the child was point blank refusing to do their homework, I'd look at what the subject was, find a video on YouTube about that subject that I thought I'd obviously watch it through first. And then be like, right, okay, you don't want to do your homework. Let's sit down for 10 minutes and watch this video.
That's really good advice.
Such great
Because-
advice.
That's really good advice.
Did I do some good advice?
That was A star. Or
Did I
whatever.
do a Charlie?
Is it a 7 or a whatever? It's A star. A star. Nailed it, Bri. Yes. A star.
Oh, guys,
10 out of
stop
10.
it. I'm going red. I just think that, and I'm a big believer in this, not every child learns the same. In fact, every child is very, very different.
Yep.
So if your child is refusing to do that specific bit of homework, if you can just even get them thinking about that topic and talking about that topic or looking at something about that topic, then that's great. That's progress.
So helpful. That's really helpful.
Oh, thanks, guys.
So good.
Oh my God, stop it. Well, we genuinely hope that helps, Christine, don't we, girls?
Yes.
And we appreciate you writing into us.
We're with you.
Yes, we are. If there's a parenting drama you want our questionable wisdom on, send us a DM or a voice note on Instagram. You'll find us at I'm Not Judging But Pod. And while you're at it, maybe drop over to our YouTube channel to watch and subscribe. And please give us a review when you listen, as that would really help us. Please, please, please.
Only if it's a good one.
Please, only if it's a good one, if not.
Do one.
It's the moment we've all been waiting for. Our competition winner! Woohoo! 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 We asked you to watch a clip on Instagram and answer this question, which was, you heard us talking about a new approach to parenting. What is it known as? Was it A, NAFO parenting, or B, FAFO parenting? The answer was, of course, FAFO parenting. Around and find out. Thank you so much to everyone who entered. So the winner of the Cuisinart luxury coffee machine worth £450 is, drumroll please, Joe Ingleby! Yay! Yay! We really hope you're listening, Joe, and we're absolutely delighted that you've won. We'll be in touch very soon and get the coffee machine and the mug, guys, don't forget about the mug, over to you. We'll be round for a coffee very soon. If you've enjoyed listening to us today, then please share the podcast link with a friend who you think might enjoy it too. And if you're listening on Spotify, you can now click to swap to video too. Get us, guys. Thanks so much, Charles and Vix. I love you, girls.
Love you.
We said she was coming on soon, so we're sorry that you've had to wait a bit longer. But next week, we will be joined by the hilarious comedian Jess Foster Q, who we adore. Yay! See you then. Have a good week. Bye.